Hello, all of you awesome Legit KidLit viewers. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Alexis. We're your hosts of Legit KidLit, and we are excited to welcome four awesome KidLit authors today: Aimee Isaac, Leslie Barnard Booth, Laurie Thompson, and Marsha Diane Arnold. We are so happy you've joined us today. So please introduce yourselves and show us your favorite spread in your book. And let's start with Marsha.
Well, thank you. And I am delighted to be here with Alexis and Tiffany of Legit KidLit, and also a few of my fellow Green Picture Book 2023 team members.
Yay!
Yes, I'm Marsha Diane Arnold, and one of my 2023 books is One Small Thing. And I've been asked by bloggers, I've been starting to blog about this, and the bloggers are asking me also what my favorite spread is. I tell them I can't do favorites, and I share two spreads. That would probably not be fair here. So I had to flip a coin, and the winner is.
Oh.
Yes, the beaver has just found a raccoon bathing his feet in the river. Raccoon has sadly lost his home in a lightning strike. And I love what Laura Watkins, the illustrator, has done, showing the sweet caring in Beaver's face and the sadness in Raccoon's eyes. And the pastel palette is just so lovely because it shows the softness and the coziness in the midst of this calamity. So there it is.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I really love that. And I'm sure it is hard to pick a favorite. Welcome, Marsha. How about you, Leslie?
Hi, I'm Leslie Barnard Booth, and I'm the author of A Stone is a Story. This is my debut picture book, and it is so hard to choose a favorite. So I'm right there with you on that, Marsha. Right now I've just got my F&Gs here, the folded and gathered advanced reviewer copies, because this book isn't out yet. It releases October 3rd. So let's see.
So we all get the exclusive sneak peek, right?
We do.
So I really love, this is the opening spread. And because this isn't bound, this is also the easiest spread for me to display without it falling.
Yeah.
But the artwork, when I got the artwork back, when I got the first glimpse at the artwork for this book, I was just so blown away by all of it. But I love this moment because it is just such a relatable moment. I think so many of us have been out walking on a beach and been drawn to a stone and wanted to reach out like this child and pick it up and hold it and explore it and wonder where it's been.
Yeah.
So
Definitely. Very cool.
Yeah. All right, Aimee.
All right. Hi, I'm Aimee Isaac. Thank you so much for having me today. This is also my debut, and I'm so excited to share it, The Planet That We Call Home. And I also had a hard time picking my favorite spread. I would say I have two, but one of them I figured I'd keep a secret because save that for reading the whole book. So this is the favorite spread that I chose. I can hold it this way. And the book really highlights the interconnectedness of our planet, starting from a mountain and following water as it travels towards the ocean. So I love this spread because it really shows how everything in the book is interconnected, including the people who call our planet home. So you can see the kids down here on the beach. And I just love, love, love Jamie's illustrations.
Beautiful.
Oh, I want to go there. I want to go on the beach. All right, and Laurie.
All right. Well, I hope I get to pick two since I'm talking about two books today. I am the author of You Are a Raccoon and You Are a Honeybee, both illustrated by extraordinarily talented Jay Fleck. Also really hard to pick a favorite, but I chose from Raccoon this one
Oh,
because
yes.
that raccoon is just so adorable. I love that sleeping flat raccoon there. And from Honeybee, I chose this one, The Waggle Dance of the Honeybees, because it's so fun to read this aloud to kids and get them to do their waggles and their turns. So that one is always my favorite one to read aloud.
Yeah. I love it. Did you also write Two Truths and a Lie?
I did. Well, co-authored with Amy Jumpicott.
Yes. Oh, that slipped by me. I loved using that book when I taught like credible sources and things like that for
But yeah,
CLA.
they're great for that.
Those are great. Those are so funny. Well, welcome you all. And yeah, does someone want to tell us about the green PBs? We had a few on last episode, and so now we've got more. So what is green PBs? Whoever wants to jump in.
It's a collection of picture book authors and illustrators who have a picture book that's either fiction or nonfiction, but has something to do with a topic related to nature. So they're all nature-focused picture books.
How many of you are, how many people are in this group? Do you know?
20?
A lot?
20.
20?
Maybe
Okay.
20.
Yeah.
Very
Somewhere around
cool.
there.
Yeah.
It seems like all of those would be really good for Earth Day too. That's coming up, which is always great. I'm always thinking about like how can I use this in the classroom, and that's great. All right. Well, we would love to hear you talk a little bit more about the very important topics in your books that you'd like to share with our readers. And we'll start with Aimee.
All right, thank you. Like I said earlier, the book really highlights the interconnectedness of our planet, and I was kind of inspired by the thought of really the sea turtle in the straw that kind of went viral many years ago. And I thought about this idea that straw could have fallen anywhere on the planet and ended up in the ocean. And so I just kept thinking about how water travels from Pennsylvania, coming down off of a mountain into a river, and then into the Chesapeake Bay where I used to live in Maryland, and then off into the ocean. And so that was really where the main inspiration for the story came. And the book really highlights how all of those different features of the planet are interconnected. So we're starting with the mountain, and the snow is melting off the mountain and forming into a stream. And it follows it all the way to the ocean, as I showed you on the last spread. And one of the big topics in the book, which comes forth at the end, is not just that children can take care of our planet and can be, a pivotal force in cleaning up our planet and speaking for our planet, but that our Earth provides everything that we need. And, no other planet in our solar system does that. But I also, show on one of the final spreads here, Jamie illustrated, showing the kids not just cleaning up the planet, but enjoying being outdoors. And so I think a big idea for me is that if children are outside and spending time in nature, whether they're hiking or examining animals that they find, or looking for shells on the beach, if they're spending time outdoors, they're naturally going to care for the earth and want to take care of it. And then at the end of the book, I have some ideas for how children can help take care of the planet that go beyond turning off the lights and turning off the water and that sort of thing. So yeah.
Okay, I love that. All right, Laurie.
Sure. So both of these books are essentially telling the life cycle of these animals. Um, the interesting and new thing about them is the second person point of view. So the "you are a honeybee" really takes kids inside the perspective of what it's like to be these animals. And part of the way that we did that was by kind of pulling out all of the action verbs and illustrating them for the kids to act them out along with the animal. So I think they're really fun while they're learning about these animal facts. They're also getting to play and engage with them. And I think it kind of evolved, interestingly, into a bigger takeaway of when you start to see how similar we are to these animals, and especially if you read both of them, to both of these very different animals, I think it really leaves you with this feeling of connectedness and appreciation for all life, which I hope kind of extends to some of these social emotional learning ideas of equity and inclusion and justice and things like that. I think it not only inspires a love of nature and our environment and the plants and animals that live in it, but also other people that we might think are very different from us. I think it helps show that we're all a lot more alike than we may think at first. And also I get to have in the back matter, there's lots of back matter that has fun facts about the animals, more interactive play, how to pretend to be that animal, a little bit about why they're important in the ecosystem, and of course the call to action, the how to help them at the back. And all the books have that too. So trying to pull in lots of elements and do a lot of things at once.
That's spectacular. All right, Leslie.
Okay. And I forgot to mention earlier that the extremely talented, incredible illustrator of this book is Mark Martin. So I don't want to leave that out. This book is really about how rocks are shaped by the events they experience. And because of that, a rock can tell us a story about the history of Earth. And so rocks really do tell stories. And A Stone is a Story follows a stone as it forms and transforms over hundreds of millions of years. So really showing how a rock can transport us back in time and can connect us to the incredible immensity of time. And it's this piece of Earth's history that we can hold in our hand and experience up close in a visceral way. And this book, the idea for this book actually came, as most of my ideas do, from my children. A few years ago, my daughter asked at the dinner table, where do rocks come from? And it seems like a simple question, but it really isn't. And it led to ongoing conversation around the dinner table and led me to research rocks and the rock cycle. And I was just so fascinated to learn more about how rocks transform and how the permanence that we see when we look at a rock is really because of the human timescale that shapes our perspective. But when we take a broader perspective, we see that rocks are constantly transforming and that the Earth is an incredibly dynamic place. And so that's what I explore in this book. And it takes us back in time and shows us the dramatic, fascinating events that shape the rocks and landscapes that are all around us. So
Awesome. Lots of the STEM connections there.
Yeah.
All right, Marsha.
Marsha. Well, when the animals of Brightly Wood discovered that Raccoon's house has been destroyed in a lightning strike, Mouse says, it's such, here's Mouse, where is Mouse? Mouse says, it's such a big catastrophe and we're so small. We've been through some catastrophes here in the county. Right after we moved, we were in Hurricane Irma. And at that time, the Tubbs fire was going on in Sonoma County, where we had moved from, and our friends and family were being affected. And then, of course, Hurricane Ian. So we know that catastrophes can kind of paralyze you, and children especially can feel overwhelmed by a natural disaster or when something sad or unexpected happens to a member of the community. So with one small thing, I want to show that each of us, whether child or adult, can use our energy and our talents to do something, even if it's just making a cup of tea. I'm pretty good at that. Let's have a cup of tea. And which reminds me, do you know, I am known for my meandering writing, by the way. So
Love it.
you know that my friend who was a small child during World War II, when London was being bombed, that there would be ladies with tea carts coming through the underground shelters serving tea. So we can all do, tea is a very important thing, but we can do something. We can figure out, and each of the animals figured it out a little, it took them a while to figure out what to do. And then we will see that one small thing combined with another small thing can add up to something pretty big and pretty wonderful. And I'm hoping that the gentle message in my book will add to the social emotional learning canon that educators feel is so important today, and will also add to kindness all around.
I love that. And I loved your tea fact there.
Yes.
The comforting aspect is important in times of need. So
Yeah.
totally agree.
Oh, I'd love to share one other thing.
Go for it.
I have a launch team, and my daughter is on the launch team. And so they have their books early. And when my grandchildren were here for Easter, they had just read the book. And they were particularly impressed by Mouse and all of his herbs in his herb garden, because they want to be botanists. And they went out and they went to my herb garden and mixed up all the herbs with water to make a balm. And I love this, and I can see it with especially Laurie's. I love your books, Laurie, and they're so brilliantly written from that second person point of view. And all of them, the children will read the books about the stones, about the planet, about the bees and the raccoons, and they will go and use their imagination to do something wonderful.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, kind of magical. Yeah.
It is. All right. Well, we are going to play a game called Choose Your Own Adventure, Author Edition. And we've done something similar before, but if you hadn't watched the episode a while back, then we'll explain again how to play. So we're going to, or you will take turns choosing a topic from the wall of topics, and then we'll read a question for you or a challenge that corresponds with the topic that you choose. And it'll probably be about 2 to 3 per person, depending on time. And so let's start off. Any questions, by the way? Pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Let's start off with we started off with Aimee last time. We'll start off with Leslie this time.
Okay. I will choose LOL.
Okay. So tell us a joke.
Okay. Well, I'm very happy that I picked this one because I have a rock joke that I can share.
Yay.
Okay. What kind of rock is really sour?
I don't know what kind.
Limestone.
Yes, yes, yes.
That was great.
That was great.
All right, let's throw it over to Marsha.
I will choose rare find.
Rare find. All right, what is something you have in your fridge or freezer that you think no one else would have?
Many things. I have in my refrigerator now achiote paste. My husband and I love Costa Rica. It was our second home for some time. And I use my achiote paste to make arroz con pollo.
Ooh, and now I'm really hungry.
Yes.
That sounds absolutely delightful. All right, Laurie.
All right. I'll go with spice it up.
Okay. If you could keep only one seasoning at your house, which one would it be?
Only one seasoning. Does cheese count? I grew up in Wisconsin, so I think everything is better with cheese.
Yeah, it's a seasoning. Go for it.
I put cheese on top of everything, so I'm gonna go with cheese.
Love it.
Any specific kind of cheese or just cheese in general?
Well, if I had to pick one that I couldn't live without, it would probably have to be cheddar. Yeah.
Good call. All right, Aimee.
I also love cheese. I will go with, how about priority?
Okay. Using one word, tell us what you need right now.
Let's say hiking.
Mm-hmm.
Hiking. I just got back from, am I allowed to expand on that?
Sure.
Yes. Go.
I just got back from vacation in West Virginia, and we spent 3 days hiking, and I miss my muscles hurting already because I live in a very flat area near the beach.
All right, Alexis, I'll let you ask the next ones.
Round 2. So back to Leslie.
I'm gonna try the sound match.
Oh gosh.
Do I dare?
Yeah. Listen to the sound and try to make it with your mouth. Okay. I have something and I was gonna try. We'll see if I don't know if my headphones will pick up on it. Oh, hold on. This is awkward. Actually, here. Let's try this one. Okay. Okay. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
All right, go.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. Good job. That was fun. All right, Marsha, you're next.
All right, I'm going to choose
Oh, I didn't hear you.
book talk.
Book talk.
Yes.
Share something you love about one of your books, or tell us about a recent favorite KidLit book.
All right. I can't just share one thing. I am going to share about my book, Lost Found. I love that the rockstar editor, Neil Porter, loved my book and wanted it when he first saw it.
Cool.
I love that Matthew Cordell, the rockstar illustrator Matthew Cordell, who later went on to win the Caldecott with his Wolf in Snow, is the illustrator. And I love that there are all kinds of things in my book, and little funny animals. And I love that children are often more observant about what is happening than the adults, and perhaps most yes, and that perhaps the best thing is when everything goes awry and things fall apart, they can be knitted back together again. And actually, this is my favorite illustration in Lost Sound. And so community can come from chaos.
Yes. I like those. All right. Laurie?
Let's go with spooked.
Spooked. Okay. Tell us your scariest writer's story in 5 words or less.
Okay, 5 words or less. The blank page beckons.
Love it. Yes. Also,
Terrifying.
I think a 5-word limit is scary. Limiting words is scary.
More
All
picture
right.
book authors. That's the water we swim in.
That's true. You do. All right, Aimee.
Okay, let's do hiring now.
Okay, if you could hire out one household chore, which one would it be?
That's easy. The cleaning the bathrooms for sure.
Yes.
I don't like doing that at all. Now that my kids are a little older, I'm starting to actually hire it out and pay them to clean the bathrooms.
That's a great idea. Great idea. Well, we're almost out of time. I loved all of your answers for those and getting to know you. We wanted to end this episode by sharing just a glimpse of everyone's websites and what you can find. So teachers and librarians, educators can reach out and follow these authors. So I will share Laurie's website here. Laurie, what are some things people can find on your website?
Oh, wow. Well, they can find a little bit about my background and how I came to be an author. There's all about my speaking engagements. I like to do author visits and in person or virtual, either one. One fun thing that I really like to do that is kind of buried on that page that not everybody sees is that I do free 15-minute Q&A sessions for any teacher that's used any of my books in a classroom.
Okay.
I think there's a sign up there at the top, that book and online visit. And I love doing those. I love getting to interact with the kids and hear their questions and just have that discussion time. Those are always lots of fun. So yeah, I hope people will check it out.
Yes,
Definitely.
Thank you for that. All right, and Lee, here is your website. What can people find on yours?
Well, I've got a lot of educator resources. I've got that relate to A Stone is a Story, and those lessons and activities there. And there's tons of printables and art projects and educator guides for different grade levels, and they're standards based, and some of them I made little videos to go with, and there's a field journal there and an erosion lab that my daughter had a lot of fun practicing with me, and then I've got some recommended books to pair with A Stone is a Story. And right now, if you sign up for my newsletter, you get a great packet of geology coloring sheets. So
very cool. That is full of awesome things. All right, Marsha, Diane Arnold, here is yours.
Yes, well, you can find my life story on my website.
Yes.
And about school visits, about manuscript consultations, and there is an activity guide for One Small Thing. So,
yes, I see it. Educator guides are just so amazing. I love that there are so many out there for, yeah, it's just a great resource.
Definitely.
It's a fun one.
Yeah. All right. And then Aimee Isaac.
All right. So yeah, on my website, I also have an educator guide for the planet we call home. I'm a former educator, so I really had a good time making that actually and putting it together. And there are some principles linked within the educator guide. And then there's also my link for school visits. As a former educator, school visits are probably the thing I'm the most excited about, getting out and sharing writing with kids. And so just some information there. And then at the bottom, if you sign up for my newsletter, I'm doing a little contest right now for the month of April. And I'll choose somebody from my newsletter list for a free school visit. So.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, I'll let Tiffany start that. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. It's like thunder and lightning here, so I'm trying to make sure that my computer doesn't just shut off completely, but I think we're good. And we made it. So to all of our readers, we hope you enjoyed our show and are inspired to pick up all of these amazing books.
Yes.
It's been really fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Well, and we will be back next week for more KidLit fun. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Tiffany. See you later.
See you later.